It's 6:30 a.m. Sunday morning, folks, so grab your coffee, sit down, and enjoy Laura Crowley, Doug DeForest, coming to you almost live from Houston, the biggest little city in Texas County. It's the people, sights, sounds, and tastes of downtown Houston after hours. Now here's your hosts, Doug DeForest and Laura Crowley. This is good right here. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
It's 6:30 a.m. Sunday morning. You're watching Downtown Houston After Hours. I'm Doug DeForest.
And I'm Laura Crowley.
You sure are, and welcome to the show, folks. We have a great show today.
Yes.
And it's going to be a little different. You guys see us gab a lot every Sunday morning,
Yes,
but
quite a
today, she and I got to do a lot less of that.
Yes, we are. And that's okay, because I'm a little,
A kind of fog in there, dude?
Yeah, well, it's better because it's not up here like it normally is.
It's moving down, is it?
It is.
I won't even comment.
You're smart. You're getting better.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting a little bit better. Yeah. On today's show, folks, we're going to focus primarily on the downtown Houston, Missouri merchants and the revitalization of downtown. There are three very, very, very stubborn and just people that are driven to make downtown Houston be what it used to be or better.
We could just say genius.
Well, stubborn geniuses is a good call.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's one of these people who doesn't bring to the table some kind of amazing talent that's making downtown Houston become a revitalized place.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years ago, people were looking around down here when the old bank burned. That's when it started. People were worried about, well, now what's going to happen to downtown Houston?
Right.
I know Ron Reed talked about that on another show. We were talking about that. When Lone Star Park came up, the late Mark Forbes was very instrumental in that.
Yes, he was.
And then we all started thinking about Houston coming back, and we could see it. These three visionaries are a main part of what's making downtown Houston be vibrant again, and we're going to talk to them at a great length today on the show.
Yes, very excited about that.
So we're going to get out of here, go to commercial. When we come back, we're going to have Dave Klotz and Bob Amber.
Yes.
Y'all stick around on Downtown Houston After Hours. It's time for some Downtown Houston After Hours shout-outs, folks. Shout out to our good friends at Landmark Bank. Landmark Bank, here for you. Locations all over South Central Missouri. Whispering Pines Cafe next to Gas Plus. Phone 967-2275, open 7 days a week. Sharpshooters Gun and Pawn, phone 967-0515. Stop by and see us, you'll be glad you did. Shout out to Rootin' Tootin' Alpacas, 16967 Highway B, phone 967-3801. Shout out to Double R Pawn, Houston, Missouri, phone 967-2706, located on South Grand. Shout out to S&S Package Liquor on Brushy Creek Road, phone 967-2505. Shout out to our good friend Bob Amber down at Bob's Barber Shop, phone 217-9719. Mojo Monkey, the home of our music segments, phone 967-7160, 219 North Grand in Houston. Simply put, Simply Sweets is amazing. Simply Sweets on Grand Street in Houston, Missouri has everything you want to fill that sweet tooth desire. And great meals, too. And it's the only place in town with Starbucks coffee. So head on out to Simply Sweets. Your tummy will thank you. From the moment Glenn Romine Sr. first saw that old Model T, he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to bring quality Ford products to the Ozarks. In 1933, Glenn Romine Sr. did just that. He opened Romine's Motor Company in Houston, Missouri. As Glenn Sr.'s boys grew, Glenn Jr., Don, and Bob all watched their father do business a very simple way. An old-fashioned handshake and a smile, and the best deal you could find. That's right, it's still done that way today at Romine's Motor Company. Glenn Sr. believed in salaried salesmen, so those salesmen would fight to give their customers the best deal possible. And it's remained that way for over 80 years. That's Romine's Motor Company on Highway 63 in Houston, Missouri. Phone 417-967-4134. It's where you'll get your best deal the first time around. Take it from the great Glenn Sr. himself.
Romine's Motor Company, Houston, Missouri. Best idea I ever had.
Hi, this is Dawn at Memories and Dreams in downtown Houston. We have all kinds of items, repurposed, new, used, and wholesale. If we don't have it and you're looking for it, we'll try to find it for you.
Memories and Dreams, 103 South Grand, phone 967-7102. Time for some more great shout-outs, folks. Shout out to DNL Florist. Since 1990, a full-service florist that ships worldwide. Phone 967-3705. Shout out to David Atkinson, your insurance and financial professional and Farmers Insurance agent. Phone 967-2600. Shout out to the good folks at Martin's Plumbing, open 24 hours a day. Phone 217-3113. Shout out to Neil's Sporting Goods, your one-stop sporting goods store. Phone 967-4444 or 213 North Grand. Shout out to Stockard Insurance Agency. Phone 967-2300 and request a free insurance quote. Stockard Insurance, independent and gonna stay that way. For a little taste of Mexico, it's Cozumel, 1480 South Sam Houston Boulevard. Phone 967-0530. Shout out to Texas County Veterinary Clinic, 967-3857 on Highway 63 in Houston, Missouri. Shout out to the Office Bar on Grand, phone 967-5381. And the Houston Area Chamber of Commerce, where your business is our business. Phone 967-2220.
And welcome back to Downtown Houston After Hours. We are here with our guests, Dave Klotz and Bob Anburn.
Look at there. You did that good. You're a pro.
Thank you. I'm learning from the best.
You are. Who's that? Is he going to be on the show later?
Maybe. If we can get him. He's pretty expensive.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Now, I've got these two guys here. These knuckleheads they absolutely have just taken downtown by storm with another person who you're going to meet in a minute. Dave, tell us a little bit about how you and old Bob here decided this last summer to just take the bull by the horns and make things start working.
Well, you know, Doug, because you and I are from a family with a long legacy of supporting small and local business.
P.T. Barnum style.
Yeah, absolutely, and trying to benefit the lives of local people. You know, I mean, we've got big footsteps to follow in. So this has always been something on my heart, to try to eventually come home, to try to do something to bring back downtown Houston, revitalize it best we could, and hopefully lift the lots of the people of the county. You know, it's always been on my heart to do. It's hard to make a living here, so, it was kind of difficult to come to terms with the fact that, do we really want to come back and make that trade-off, trying to, is it work? But to us, it was. And,
right.
And my better half, she convinced me that this was the right time, and we moved back home. We've been here about 9 months now, and over that 9 months, we've seen quite a bit accomplished. I was walking down Main Street. Bob happened to holler at me at his barbershop, known this guy since the second grade. Didn't know he had a barbershop in town. He pulled me in off the street, and we started talking. He happens to be directly across from Lone Star Plaza, and among one of the many conversations we had, he said, wouldn't it be great to maybe have a party or something over there? And that kind of started the wheels turning. We went to Downtown Houston Incorporated, who actually has the property. They signed off on it, said, pretty much gave us carte blanche to do what we wanted to do. Then went to the city. They gave us the green light to try to expand, on Thursday night. So I got to give a shout out to Kerry York, and I believe it's the Christian Motorcycle Association. I might be wrong about the name there, but they had a cruise in on Thursday nights where they would block off part of the street, bring in motorcycles downtown, and and it was a great.
That was already planned.
That was already going on. And they were successful with it. Been carrying it on for a couple of years, to my understanding, but it had probably grown as big as it was going to grow, and so we wanted to kind of build onto that. So we blocked off the remainder of Grand Street, brought in a car show, brought in live bands, all local talent, under the pavilion at Lone Star Plaza, set up a kids tent and a little kids play area, tried to make it a family event. And initially, we did this in the fall on Thursday nights. The first one, this show generated from a conversation you and I had at the first street dance. There was well over 1,000 people at an event that we didn't know if we could draw 100.
I have to step into this because you guys started that with a $25 Facebook ad and Facebook. That's all that it took to sow this seed.
Well, all of that was free. We spent $25 on balloons the day of for kids. But we did. We only spent $25 out of pocket to pull off an event that probably hadn't been equaled up to that point.
Yeah.
When we turned around a month later, in October, it was getting late in the year. It was already cold.
We still had 600-700 people.
Oh, by then I think it was even bigger than the first. We didn't hold the crowds because it got cold. But we seen that it would work. And we seen people come around the idea of bringing back downtown. So I've just kind of thrown down a 2-year challenge to the city. I'm willing to devote the next 2 years of my life to doing what I can to try to promote downtown, to create activity, to draw in people, you know, with the idea that activity creates opportunity.
Absolutely.
We've got some vacancy issues down here that we want to try to resolve. And so, you know, if we can just, if we can get everybody working together, and it's happening, and it's really a blessing to see happen. So many people jump on board with this. I think we're going to see a modern miracle occur right before our eyes. We're already seeing it.
This show in itself, the city, when they stepped up and unilaterally voted to support downtown Houston after hours.
How many times has that happened?
No, I've never seen that much unity. Now, Bob, you know, you've been here, how many years have you been back in town?
Well, off and on all my life. Really.
Okay, yeah, you've really never left that much.
No.
Yeah. And you've seen a lot of changes here. Do you feel a different spirit now that you and Dave and Amanda have started really fighting for downtown? Do you feel an energy that you didn't feel before?
Oh, I most definitely do.
Yeah, your business, it actually grows from it. Is that right?
Yes, it does, along with all the businesses downtown.
Because you know how barbers are. Barbers have stories. I don't know if you know that. You know?
I've got plenty.
and barber shops and beauty shops is where the stories go. People talk about this, don't they?
Oh, yes, absolutely they do. I hear about it all the time. And I also hear, when's the next one?
Yeah.
You know?
And I know that this winter, Dave would try to get one going in the winter.
Yes,
and
he did.
I would not have been there because I'm telling you what, I think that week it was like minus 17 or something.
It was
like
cold.
the coldest day in history. Dave's going, let's have a street dance. No.
He does it every other week. He really
Calm
does.
Calm down. We'll have a
It's
TV
so
show
exciting, and
inside.
It's so much fun, and people hate to miss them. And I think one of the great things that you did was you involved the high school kids with the jazz band. You had the choir somewhat involved, I think. You had the local groups that people really want to see, because those are our kids. That's the community.
Well, I mean, folks are going to see that on this TV show, because what we actually did was find a lot of the talent that we have now used on this TV show from those street dances. And to be able to encourage the kids in like the jazz band, I'm a former Houston jazz band drummer. Doug
bass player.
grew up in the, you know, and so to be able to encourage those kids, and you know, we gave them their first gig this year. We went in, they had 3 days before the street dance. You know, we threw it down and said, hey, can you give us a couple
And they
of songs?
rocked.
Oh, they tore it up.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they tore
They
it
were
up.
amazing.
And this last time, I mean, they brought in jazz singers, and they're really doing some sophisticated stuff. You're going to see a lot of talent. I mean, if loyal viewers of this will see talent that you didn't expect would come out of Texas County.
Yeah,
these kids are just awesome.
I would say 95% of our talent on our show is Texas County talent.
And we smoke most of it out with the street dance because they want to be a part of it. And so it's beautiful to be able to encourage and provide a stage and hopefully inspire.
We have a Facebook page for this, right?
Yes, we do.
And can you guys remember the name of this Facebook page?
It is the Cruise In Street Dance is the name of the Facebook page.
Yeah.
You could also go to Downtown Houston After Hours Facebook page and probably find a cross link to it because we share a lot of information.
That's right. And that's the whole goal here, I think, Bob, is the synergy between all of this. You know, I brought Dave in when we started talking about this TV show, and he actually brought up the idea, and I said, well, I've been doing one in another market. We could do it here. And the thing that happened was I immediately said, Dave, you handle the talent, because Dave knows where all the talent. And I tell you what, you stuffed out some really good talent.
Well,
I think you even impressed yourself.
I was floored by what we
He
were
went
able
home,
to
and I think
uncover.
all night he was just sitting there going, this is amazing. I mean, it was like he's looking around these kids. When we were growing up, and we've both been in the music business our whole lives. A lot of people know this, but we're cousins. And our grandfather, E.L. Daugherty, was very supportive of us. And
made us play together.
Yeah,
We
made us
hated
play
each other.
Doug, David, and the Diamonds. I remember that one. Ooh, that was bad.
Oh, I know.
But anyway, but he actually started us on this path of thinking how to make towns grow. He started Timbertown USA. That was his invention. That name, he made a small town bank grow to $10 million capital surplus and well over 10,000 customers in a town of 284 people. And the reason he did was not because he was perfect or anything else. It's because none of us sitting here are perfect.
No.
It's just you got to have a vision.
And you know, the thing that always got me about Grandpa is that despite all that, I mean, despite everything that grew up around all of his hard work, what did he brag about, you know? Well, he was most proud of the fact he had a 40-year career, never foreclosed on a piece of property, repossessed an automobile.
That's right.
It's just a different mentality than what you see among so many contemporary banks who want to use it as a position maybe to benefit their shareholders rather than use the bank as an engine to grow small business and lift the lots of the local people. So I hope that we can encourage
that's coming back.
Yeah, that we can get community banking back. It's so important, especially to something like downtown revitalization.
Well, that's the
And
word
that's
right
what
there.
we're doing
Community.
here.
Yeah, community.
Is
community
is
spirit.
building
Yeah.
that community
That's what
feel
we're trying to do.
with the street dances, with everything else here, including the show.
And Laura, you being with Crowley's, you understand the need for a bank to support a business.
Absolutely, and every aspect of the community needs to be supporting, and you know, the community from start to finish.
And what we're hoping for here, guys, we're going to go to the next commercial, and then we're going to bring in another very important person. But Bob, thank you for being with us.
Hey,
I
thank
know,
you.
I know you're
I
busy
sure-
cutting hair over there.
All the time.
I mean, our director looks so snazzy because of you.
Doesn't he look great?
Oh, he's clean.
Remember Bob's Barbershop, if your hair's not becoming to you,
You should be coming to me.
Shout out to High Element Studio for all your recording needs. Phone 417-598-2490. Shout out to Jay and the gang at Quality Painting Construction, 417-260-1991. Free estimates and great work. Shout out to Diamond D Insurance, phone at 417-268-8690. Shout out to our friends at Texas County Memorial Hospital, phone 967-3311. Shout out to our friends at Evans Funeral Home, serving your family with dignity and compassion, phone 967-3355. Shout out to Jay's Automotive and Towing, phone 967-3252. Shout out to Missouri Loan Center, phone 967-2274. A big shout out to our friends at Pizza Express, phone 967-4473. Donnie Wells, American Family Insurance, a big shout out to you, phone 967-2400 for your insurance needs. And that's just some of our downtown Houston after hours shout outs.
Hi, this is Dawn at Memories and Dreams in downtown Houston. We have all kinds of items, repurposed, new, used, and wholesale. If we don't have it and you're looking for it, we'll try to find it for you.
Memories and Dreams, 103 South Grand, phone 967-7102. Corner Express Shell wants to tell you one thing. If you try RV gas in your old clunker, you might see a magical change from that clunker into something very special, a high-performance winner. Try V-Gas at Corner Express Shell, the last locally owned and operated convenience store in Houston, Missouri. From the first look at Crowley's Homeworks, you will notice the thousands and thousands of ideas for any home project. Crowley's Homeworks has the best selection in the country. You don't have to drive miles to make your home beautiful. Just come on out to Crowley's Homeworks, 3 convenient locations to serve you. Crowley's Homeworks, turning houses into... Crowley's Homeworks, Houston, Salem, and Mountain Grove.
What is it that we took from you? With our backs against the wall, what is it that you've got to lose? And everything we fade away, but we drop to our knees and we stand and we sit and we pray, move on, break us down, pick us up again, take us out, can't do it, we scream so loud, have no doubts, we'll get through it, yeah. You watch us fall onto our face, but our hearts and our souls are some things that never fade. And the fire inside can never replace. try as you might, but you never take our light. You can't take, you can't take, you can't take. Break us down, we'll pick us up again. Scream so loud, we'll do it. Make us proud and have no doubts that we'll get through it, through it. Who tried to burn us inside? Didn't you know our sounds we'd find? Take it away, try to take it away. Don't you know you'll never replace, never replace. Break us down, we'll get back up again. Make us proud, we can't do it. We scream so loud, but have no doubts that we'll get through it, through it, through it.
I'm Ian Driesel, I'm the 2-Minute Chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make pear chips. First, I start out with a cup of sugar. I add a cup of water. And I put that on the stove to boil. Now, while I'm waiting for that to boil, I'm going to take my pear. This is a mandolin, and I'm going to slice my pear really, really thin. That's what I want to do. Now, whenever you use a mandolin, you usually want to use a guard because there's no kitchen tool that can cut you faster than this one right here. I'll just gotta wait. Now that our simple syrup has come to a boil, we're going to add our pears. First, we're going to give this a good stir. Make sure we spread our pears out, and we're going to cook those for about a minute. We're not trying to cook them, we're trying to add sugar to help in the process of crispiness. Okay, now we're going to let these cool for about 3 to 4 minutes until you can touch them. Then we're going to lay them out flat on a silicone mat. A piece of parchment paper will work, a nice piece of wax paper. You want to be careful and make sure your wax paper doesn't crinkle while your pear chips are in the oven. We're going to keep these nice and flat so that they cook evenly. Now we're going to take these, now we're going to just barely salt them just to give them a little bit more flavor. And we're going to stick those in a 200-degree oven for 50 minutes to an hour. Alright, for this next step, it's very important that your countertop is completely clean. You need 2 hot pads on your countertop so you don't damage it with the heat from the pan. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a pear chip out, I'm going to lay it on the counter, I'm going to let it cool off, and then we'll see if it's ready. At first it's going to be real limp, but as it starts to cool down, it should harden up. I usually flip it a couple times just to speed up the process. Alright, so here's what we're looking for. A nice crunchy texture. So these pear chips are done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to put my pan on my hot pads, and while the pears are still hot, you have to pull them off, because if you let it cool down, it'll stick to your mat or whatever you're using. You might do it fast so you don't burn your fingers. And let those cool off. And you have a beautiful salad garnish, you have a nice snack for the kids, and anything you want to use them for, it's pretty much okay. I'm Ian Driesel, I'm the 2-Minute Chef, and here are your pear chips.
Corner Express Shell wants to tell you one thing. If you try RV gas in your old clunker, you might see a magical change from that clunker into something very special, a high-performance winner. Try V-Gas at Corner Express Shell, the last locally owned and operated convenience store in Houston, Missouri. No need to wait till newspaper delivery day to get your news. Join Houston Herald at HoustonHerald.com, the award-winning site that gives you all the news about Houston, and it's updated daily. And you can access this award-winning site through your computer or any mobile handheld device. Local news, sports, and weather. All the things you need to know about your town right at your fingertips. No matter how far away, HoustonHerald.com is with you, bringing you the news when you need it 24 hours a day. That's Houston Herald's HoustonHerald.com.
Have something come.
Marcia, if folks want to donate, come out and walk a dog, give us towels, give us food, what do they call?
They can call us at area code 417-967-0700, or they can contact us on the web at www.tastc.com.
Time for some more Downtown Houston After Hours shout-outs, starting with Shelter Insurance. David Keeney, phone 967-4112. Shout out to Dr. Joey Richardson III, phone 967-4528 for your dental needs. A big shout out to our friends over at Paws and Claws. Get those pets trimmed now. Phone 967-6951. And a big DHA shout out to Houston Herald. Contact them at 417-967-2000 or find them on the web at HoustonHerald.com.